All right, we finna get ready to come back. All right, so today, try to give you your time, but now we are back. Today is Monday, so we do have some notes. I'm gonna give you about 3 minutes to get our notes on qualitative graphs. About 3 to 5 minutes. Y'all know us, the notes pretty much guide us through everything else. 3 minutes. Go ahead and get these books. Come on, Cartier, come on. Your pencil should have been ready. Your paper should have been ready. Try your little squiggly line underneath. You're about 3 to 4 minutes to get our notes for today on qualitative graphs. Look here, don't here making corruptions. Oh, get out. She said she don't like what you call it. And she ain't got no pep on it. Oh my God, no. Stop it now. Y'all get about it. Actually, you showing out the little nails, huh? Like when I talk, I can do that. Everything that we do, they probably don't own it here already. And we wanted to hear here too. If you don't come, look how you some. I'm not eating. I'm nice. What it is. I'm just gonna say, call read. Yeah, I know too much about it. Yeah, I know we right too much time yapping and all this. Like, come on now, y'all 8th graders. I shouldn't have to be on the what I do about we taking no quick minutes for later. All right, so those of us that still getting it this week, we are moving to qualitative graph. We will find that this is one of the easiest things we will do in 8th grade. In terms of qualitative graph, describe a function visually, but not with exact words. Meaning these graphs won't have no numbers on it. Don't you put no numbers on it. We just got to use what they give us to try to make sense of it. It then tells us it can have sections with a horizontal segments. That means no change or movement. What direction is horizontal? Good job. That is side to side. So anytime we see a movement that went straight across, that means no movement, or it's pretty much maintaining at whatever it was. And then it tells us we can have curved lines to indicate that the slope or rate of change is not constant. And then, of course, it tells us at the bottom we can learn how to describe a qualitative graph by studying the labels of the X and Y axis. So remember, will we have any numbers? No numbers. We gotta look at the X and Y axis to pretty much help us get weird. Value cardiac? Okay. Did anybody have any after school forms or anything? Well, he was more than welcome to me too. Yeah, me too. Because I need it. You have any class like this? That ain't telling me we need it.
I got it.
I don't. Now today we'll see, you know, who's still having and open up those additional slots. But yeah, it really ain't the time just because I'm playing in class and I can't get it done. That's serious for those who need help. They trying in class and they still ain't get it. I don't know what that is, but please stop with it. Yes, I'll still do my extra points, yes. Yes, you can do it all in one. Here you go, Mama. This we got today. Can you go ahead and sign it and give it back to me? That's what she gonna say. And then you're gonna say, why is that submitted to this morning? She gotta go back and put the grade in. I submitted it later.
Because I know I just knocked it out the park.
Well, she ain't grade mine, so y'all don't know.
Last time I like the one you did.
Whichever one was an 88 and 85. And then after 2 top schools. Get on Google. I ain't talking about no star math in 2 weeks. Oh, they talking about a bi-weekly test from last Friday. That some of you still did not look. And before you left, I told you to do what? Submit. I clearly said submit, and y'all still did not submit.
Well, I didn't submit it though.
You did? Yeah, you said you did, and then everybody should have started it. You just didn't finish. Okay, so the first question we're looking at, it says the graph represents a person tossing up a basketball and letting it bounce on the ground. They want us to describe how this graph represents this situation. Now, based on our notes, we don't have any numbers. We got to use these X and Y labels to pretty much help us out with describing what's going on. When we describe it, that ain't when I say, oh, it went up and down. No, we need descriptions relating to what does it mean? What's going on? And the reason I say y'all stay on my floor, y'all knocking my stuff down over here.
It's not saying at an instant rate.
Not saying at an instant rate, what you mean?
Like it's moving.
Yeah, it's changing. We need some more detail. Okay, so in looking at describing, the first thing you want to ask yourself is what's happening in the beginning? What's happening right here?
The ball is going. The ball going up. It's decreasing. It's increasing. The ball is going.
So if they said we bouncing a ball Why didn't the ball start on the ground?
It's
It's in somebody's what?
hand.
The person dropped a basketball, yeah. You can do a demonstration of the model on your paper. You ain't got to get the question, but yes, you do need to work on and write the description to make sure you get to have the right. Ride the calm, we don't need no excuse, and then it'll be in your notes. Something you can look back at. So the person dropped a basketball. Now, if you ever bounce the basketball, you tend to notice what's going on with it. So as that person dropped that ball, what do you notice starts at?
It started higher and higher. It started decreasing.
Why do you think the height started decreasing?
Because it's supposed to hit the floor. Gravity is pulling it down.
And think about you. If that person would have kept their hand on it, would the bounce still be the same?
Yes.
So why do you think it got lower and lower?
Because the person lower. It's not
So the person dropped, bounced the ball. How many times did the ball bounce?
Three.
This the ground. So the ball bounced 3 times. Somebody said getting shorter each time. And not just getting shorter, but it started to do what?
Decrease in height.
That's shorter each time. It started also to do what?
Still so confident.
A little faster.
No.
So it bounced 3 times, getting shorter each time at a faster rate. We can add that in there. I think that's what the other cheer had. What y'all had here?
She don't know.
Decrease. So as long as we know the ball decreasing, as long as we know it's getting shorter each time. No, somebody said something, the person wasn't touching it anymore. So think about a ball. If you drop that ball and you don't touch it anymore, it's gonna bounce until it no longer starts bouncing and then start to roll to the top. So that's pretty much what happened. So make sure we're able to look at the axes. We need to be able to notice that the bottom deals with time, tell us how long each bounce took. And each bounce looked like it took about the same amount of time. It was longer, then it kind of decreased as it went along because we already know what's happening. I'm not touching it anymore. I'm not putting that force on it. So I really don't have that other exertion. Question. Probably one of the easiest things we do in 8th grade. Being able to look at a qualitative graph and describe what is happening. Make sure your description includes information about that scenario. If you don't, you need to go back and have a look. Telling me it's going up and down, that ain't telling us nothing. Yours head up and down? You said yours head up and down? No, I said the house. Yep. We good?
Right.
All right, and then sometimes they give us the graphs. Let's look at this. It says students in Mr. Blanco's class have 3 weeks to complete their science project. These graphs show how much of the project 2 students have completed each day during this 3-week period. Describe what each graph shows. What are we talking about?
How much time it took the students to complete their science project?
What else do we know?
To help 3 days. Yeah. Over the course of a 3-week period.
So we got 3 weeks to complete this project. 2 people, Lynn and Amy. At the bottom, they give you the time, or in other words, weeks. I think I told the other class we could separate it into about 3 weeks. So we can kind of see what's happening at each stage. Looking at Lynn, what you know? She immediately started working. Hold on, before we move to Amy. So Lynn, she immediately started working. What at this stage? What's going on?
She finished it.
Did she finish at the end or did she have some time to wait?
She had that time.
Good job. So for Lynn, we'll say she immediately started working. And she finished before it was due. She immediately started working. In her second week, she was pretty much finished with her science project. She didn't have to look at it no more. So that's why I remained the same. She didn't have no much work to do because she had already finished. Hello. Ms. Rena Hilton. I think so. I know her email is R Hilton. All right,
She just started working on it immediately. She started working on it immediately.
She almost waited till the last minute. Did she ever finish?
No.
Yes, she did. So we can say she waited until the last minute. So she waited until the last minute and she worked until the 3 weeks was up.
That would be me.
That's a lot of y'all.
Excuse me for this announcement. Ms. Longino, please call the front office. Mr. Jenkins, please call the front office. Thank you.
She waited until the last minute and she worked until 3 weeks up. And that's a lot of it. Ms. Kessie will remind you as soon as she posts that assignment, go ahead and get it finished. I'm still reminding y'all still going in one end out the other. I'm giving you progress reports, it's still going in one end out the other. Now today, I just reminded us that we got about 3 weeks. You got this week, yeah, because it's 2, because I'm going to explain to you why. You got this week to do any missing work. You got the week after to do any missing work. The next week, we're going to be doing 9-week sets. You don't want to still be doing makeup work that 3rd week of 9-week sets. Because then that means something won't get done. So definitely use these 2 weeks to go ahead. I need you to kind of act like Lynn. If you know what's missing, go ahead and take care of it. I'm sure there's a class recording. If it was a specific day, find that recording, see if we went over that class, so you can get what you need to go ahead and get that completed. Questions about it? So notice, in our scenarios, we mentioned the weeks, how long it took them to work on this project. So definitely you getting ahead. You can't tell us, oh, Lynn, she went up and then across. You tell us that, you're gonna get a what? 0. So make sure you're able to put some words with it. Everybody good? All right, with this, I'm gonna give you about 2 minutes on this. Now notice they have it separated by alphabets. Read the scenario, think about what they're telling us, and we need to be able to tell what's happening at each stage, A, B, C, and D. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Put on your paper, A, what you think happening, B, what you think happening. Don't tell us nothing until you hear this timer go off. Right. You gonna eat the paper?
Yeah.
Go ahead and have a look at A, B, C, and D, and what you think it is. Go ahead.
I want to tell it. Yeah, I want to hear this together. You go with.
I got one. I ain't sure how the breakfast start off.
Tell you this, as I just stated, your description should have some related to what we're talking about. So before we move along, what are they talking about? Yogurt. Frozen yogurt. What's another name for it?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. When did they tell us that this started?
It started 6 months.
We got 6 months, but it started in
April.
I'm just right on there to say April. All right, now Jamal, say what you said again.
How I start off.
You said it's how it started off. Somebody else, you got something you want to add to that?
B is showing how it started off. B.
Increase.
Business slowly picking up. Speak up, baby. Not making many sales. Now they just said she just opened now.
Carter's right. See, looking like it's.
We didn't see yet. We on that age. So I will agree as long as you got something about business is slowly picking up. You could have told us something about sales are slowly increasing. Now I want you to think about it. Somebody said that's like ice cream. What time of the year is it in April? That ain't summer.
No spring.
That's spring. Why is the weather in spring? It ain't hot in spring. It's warm, but it's not hot like, but it's warm. But it's like cold hot. So that's why the temperature is slowly increasing. We just started this business. People don't know I'm here yet. And then it's not just hot to where everybody want ice cream. All right, looking at B. What do you notice is going on in B?
It increase.
Increase. Now remember, it needs to be related to this scenario, so you can't just tell us increase.
The business
Sales increasing dramatically. As long as some of that data, I think us in the other class said sales are increasing about double. What you got? So as long as you tell us something about the sales are increasing, it could have been something with doubling. He used the word dramatically, skyrocketing. Pick it up. So along this section B, you let us know something dealing with the sales. What's going on with the sales? Don't just tell us increasing. Especially that like she's slow. I don't know that. You better put some words, the sales increasing, money increasing, something like that. Looking at C.
They didn't make it so.
You sure they not making no sales? It's staying. Why do you think it's staying at that amount of sales? They didn't open. All right, now remember, just because this graph don't have no numbers on, I can usually common sense. If I open in April, about what time of the year would CB?
Like
around
March.
That's all summer. So we got April, we got May, and now we in the summer. What's happening in the summer? So make sure you tell us something about sales or maintaining. You can add due to it being the summer.
They trying to fight you.
So as long as you tell us something about the sales or maintaining, I wouldn't say it isn't any sales because that's what this y-axis cell is. How many sales we got? So we know we're not at zero, so we are making some sales. And then if you look again, we know we're gonna say that whole way throughout the summer. That means we are really booming.
What's after maintaining?
Due to it being the summer. Sales are maintaining due to it being the summer. So it didn't stop, those sales just maintaining what it is.
Put it on. Now you got to run because
And then B.
it says
Look at the code.
Decreasing, I need a little bit more.
the sales decrease. They went down. The business went down.
They not skyrocketing.
Put it in your backpack. Put it in your backpack.
They going down.
The business went down.
They going down a little bit.
Like it's not y'all make business hot anymore.
Because it's starting to get cooler.
They going down a little bit.
So we can say sales are decreasing due to the change in weather. Sales are decreasing due to the change in weather. So we're moving away from those hot months. We're now at the end of September. It's October, fall is finna hit, and we know those temperatures start to decrease. Not sure if you watch the news, but the weatherman said this morning. Today and tomorrow we're gonna be up to 90. Tomorrow is the first day of fall, September 21st. And then on Wednesday, 90 degrees. Yeah. No, we see 80, 90 degrees. And then he mentioned on Wednesday, the temperature is gonna start decreasing to about 70, 77, 78, being about the high. So we are moving into fall, temperatures decreasing. And then I don't know about you, if I eat cold stuff, it's like my whole body get cold. So in the winter time, fall time, I don't too much eat ice cream and stuff because it can make me cold. Sensitive teeth. Yes, and sensitive teeth. That's
You
one.
gonna be lactose intolerant.
And you gonna have dairy.
So if you ever have ice cream at school or some chili cheese, you'll probably say, no, I can't eat that right now. I gotta eat my pizza. Yeah. All right, so we talked about what happened at A, B, C, and D. Now they told us we need a full summarization. So after we done mentioned each separate part, now we need to put it together. What's going on? Got an idea? It's mood swing. Mood swing? Mood swing.
It show how beginning of April, how they start, how they increase, then over the time the weather changed, they started decreasing.
Okay. All right, so sales are increasing with the weather.
And then they decrease with the weather. I heard a complaint.
Yeah.
The tiger one.
Decrease with the weather. So they pretty much gave us a full summarization. So we know the sales picked up. We know they kind of stayed up, and then we know as soon as that weather started to change again, the sales dropped. Any questions about it?
Oh, hold on.
You sure?
I said she got it right.
Right.
Worry about your turn. Let her go to sleep too. Let her go to sleep. You want to sleep.
I always have my move.
No, like.
Oh, she don't know it's on. Attendance, behavior, stuff like that.
Oh, you call it what? Participation.
Stuff like that, yeah, you know.
I've been good.
Over here.
My name.
Everybody's name was on there.
I got some food.
Ain't no food on there.
I said Skyrock.
All right, so hey, with all this, we got everything we need.
Yeah. And he said, like,
You included that, that'll work. All right, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Now, this is the one they giving you the scenario, and they want you to create the graph. Remember, on your graph, we only need the L. You need to give us a label for the x-axis, you need to give us a label for the y-axis, and then graphics. Now, one way I go about it, I read a sentence, and I stop, and I think about what that'll look like on this graph. I'm gonna give you about a minute or two to see if you can figure out this scenario. Now remember, since we drawing it, will yours look like mine? No, so yours don't necessarily have to look exactly like the person next to you, but it should be close enough to where we know that both of you understand what's going on.
Oh, I was just picking up the pencil.
Answer and move. A hike in a mountain.
I got something.
More than a mountain. The girls. We ain't said nothing about what's going on yet. We need labels. What is that? Why ain't you telling us what the effect telling us?
Oh, the Y tells us to see. The Y tells us to not.
The trail.
The Y tells us to trail.
Why is it? I'm still need a little bit more with that.
The Y is the speed.
A slower pace.
The speed.
That ain't got nothing to do with our label.
The mountain.
What about the mountain?
Climbing up the mountain.
What would that be in reference to?
The Y axis is this. X-axis.
This is a what?
They start off fast
agreed that the y-axis will be dealing with time. So we got time, we know they going up a mountain, so that means that the bottom is gonna be the bottom of the mountain. All right, now you can separate, like I said, I read one sentence at a time and then move. You can decide how you work. But the first part said the beginning of the trail is not too steep and they start at a quick pace. How might that look?
But then not so much.
Up just a little bit.
No, they go up a little bit up, then when they stall.
All right, now man, just over here. They mentioned steep. Steep is almost like it's going straight up and down. So if they say it's not too steep, and then it's a quick pace. Quick pace. Does that mean it's a long period of time or a short period of time? A quick pace, short period of time, and then it's not too steep. So you should have had a diagonal that went for a short period of time. All right, the second part of it. Now you could have labeled that A if you wanted to, but that was the first thing they mentioned. Some in other places after they could, sure. The then says they stop and rest for several minutes. All right, be quiet. You got it. All right, it increased for several minutes. And then it said the incline, a steeper part of the trail at a slower pace.
They go down.
You know what they say is steeper, so that's almost like it's a straight line almost. Now it's still a diagonal, but they said a slower pace, so that means we're moving a little slower. Woo! That's how slow. Now let me tell you, if we put this at the bottom, that's actually a long period of time. It's longer than the how much they spend in the beginning. So that's why I say you gotta act like the numbers are there to kind of help your pace. And then we had already said, with your graph look like our graph. Look at that. But we know it should be somewhere in the relationship with it, right? I can just say this class recording is gonna be horrible today. Whew. So now we don't reach the highest point. Ooh. So then the next thing, they said they rest again. How they gonna look?
It's gonna say.
All right, so we're gonna go across. And then after that, they said, before climbing down at a constant rate, faster than they climb through.
They're gonna go down.
Is it gonna be straight down?
No, it's gonna be diagonal.
Now, good job. Constant reminds us that it needs to be a diagonal. It can be close to straight down, but it needs to kind of be a diagonal. Don't just show me straight down. Show me something to where I can see you got at least a list range. Why I can't go straight across? Because straight across, I mean, we still at that height. After they took their break, they went back down the mountain. So they took their break, and now they coming down. That is a diagonal. It ain't straight down, it's just a little crooked. Or like this. Let me fix it. Oh, why you drawing an arrow? Yeah, I'm just showing you draw it to go down. All right, everything. That's all right, Zakai. So no. So when you drawing them on your own, pay attention to words that tell you if it was constant. Pay attention to words that tell us if it was maintained the same or stayed the same for a short period of time. Pay attention to steepness. Steepness pretty much gonna let us know how that diagonal is gonna look. If it's gonna look real steep or if it's gonna be spaced out, things of that nature. Any question about it? Who graph looked at similar before we looked at it together?
Mine.
You did?
I had part of it.
May I get some cleaning? Yes, look on the table. All right, let's look at this. And they want us to summarize the graph showing gasoline price. Before you say anything, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to a minute. We want to summarize this graph showing gasoline price. Oh, don't tell us nothing yet. Don't tell us yet. Make sure you got keywords, study your labels. Make sure you're able to tell us specific words that go to what and why. Now we're down about 45 seconds.
I'm just thinking.
Wait, can you tell us how?
I can't.
Okay, she said gas. I'm trying to set color. She said gas started off steady. She said the price decreased. Hold on, before you say increase, make sure we know for a short period of time. Or for a little while, however you want to say it. So it decreased for a short period of time. Price increased, and Faith had said greater than it started or something of that nature. Price increased more than where it started. And remain for a while. What happened then? This is what we at now. It decreased a little bit more. Is it back at where we started?
Yeah.
The price then decreased. We'll say almost where it started. So definitely make sure we know in that description you should have some relating to the price of the gas. You should have some relating to the period of time. You don't necessarily have to have numbers, but some relating to for a short while, for a little bit, for an extended period of time, something of that nature. Price increase more than where it started and remain. That's an I. What? Might be different too. I know my hand right sometimes. So gas started off steady, the price decreased for a short period of time. Price increased more than where it started and remained for a while. And then the price then decreased to almost where it started. I had one of my friends, I was like, what? What's up there? I had to regret. Couldn't even read my own stuff. That's all on the board. It don't be slapping when I write on the board. The other side, it is a little. That is good. Well, you need to work on that. I like to sleep when I exactly. I just see alcohol. I like the smell of it. I feel like that. They probably make you like the way you
Especially stop at 7. I don't know. I say that all the time. Yeah, the time. You gonna post that report so I can do myself?
I don't know if I need to, but today it's ridiculous today. That cause you sitting up here yapping. There you go. Yeah, that's how y'all gotta. We only get 50 minutes. I literally be trying to use all that 50.
What we doing?
And then we take time yapping. Every time somebody got a conversation, we want to get in it. It takes time away from learning. And then because I want to come back to school. No, we don't. If we cut this down in class, we'll be good. You good? All right. All right, my other group didn't get to this one today, so we're gonna go ahead and have a look. It says Pablo starts walking to the park. Halfway to the park, he starts jogging. When he gets to the park, he stops to rest. Finally, Pablo walks home at the same pace as the first part of his trip. Get your graph that shows Pablo's distance from home compared to time. Remember, let us know what that X and Y axis need to be. What's the X? What's the Y? Distance from what? Yeah, make sure we know that means the distance from home. Don't just cut it off at distance. We need to know where he's going and things of that nature. She started driving, so that's what. Distance from home time. All right. What is the first thing he told us to have? He started walking to the park. Walking to the park. Not like that, look. Walking. So, hold on. She said he won't be going nowhere. Is the park at home? No. Oh yeah, we gotta go somewhere. Right there. It's gonna be a small diagonal. Because remember, if that's the distance from home, right now he's at 0. So if he walking to the park, that means he's moving. So we gotta show that he's doing some movement. All right, look at things. They said halfway to the park. Hold on. So we need a little bit more than that. They said halfway. So keep going. So we get about halfway. Then they said halfway to the park, he starts jogging. That means going faster. Going faster. How might we put that, kid? Is it gonna be steeper or less steep? Steeper. So then at that point, you can do something that looks just like that. It's a whole lot steeper. So that means if I'm jogging, it's gonna take me a shorter time period to then get there compared to me just walking. All right, what did they say happens next? He stops to read. Straight across. Now notice I numbered mine. So you can number so you can keep up with what's happening at each stage. You can put alphabets and they'll help you keep up with what's happening at each stage, but definitely we need to be able to identify what's going on and when. All right, then what happens? That's it. He walks home in the same pace as part of his trip. So if that was the pace, we're going home at the same pace. Or it should look something like that. Notice it's not perfect, it's not drawn to scale, ain't no number, so we really can't say. We just have to base it off the information they gave us. Questions about it? Qualitative graph, does it have numbers? In your description, what do you need to include?
The X and Y.
A, B, C, D, X and Y. The description letting us know what are we talking about and what are they doing. Straight line mean what?
That they're going. Never mind. They're not doing it.
not moving. Either we maintain at that distance and we staying that same until they tell us something else that's happening. Questions about it? Qualitative graph, as I already said, is one of the easiest things we'll do in 8th grade. Few things to pay attention to. Make sure you read it carefully to take note of what's going on. Not sure how many you have to draw, but it may be just one. Tonight you got 4 questions. As always, take your time and do your best. Today is 4. All right, those you at home, hopefully you were able to understand some things that we went over today with qualitative graphs. I will post a recording in a short while if you need to go back and have a look at something. And then we got 4 homework questions you can try out before in the morning. Have a good one.
You too.
Have a great day.